morning, guys. It is currently New Year's Eve at about 9 in the morning. I just made myself a coffee. As you saw, I'm very new to the making coffee at home world. I got this Nescafe Instant Espresso for Christmas and I've really been trying to figure it out. I'm not really sure what my vibe is yet, but I keep adding too much milk. I also don't measure out the ratio of espresso and water and everything like that, so that could be the issue as well. I don't know. I'm gonna learn at some point. Sorry, unnecessary little tangent there. Today I figured we would do some New Year's prep vibes, just kind of going into the new year. I wanted to take a little bit of a different approach because every year for the new year I set these goals and I go in really motivated and feeling like I'm actually gonna stick to the goals I've set. This year I'm trying to be a little more real with myself. I kind of know that that's not gonna happen. I know that sounds bad, but to an extent, I'm not just giving up all hope in the world. I'm not gonna be unrealistic with myself and pretend I'm gonna be some brand new person by January 10th. So while I'm not really making any major goals, I'm still trying to do some things to set up for a good year, to be a better version of myself this year than I was last year, if that makes sense. And I still am gonna set a couple of goals. I'm just really gonna try to keep it things that are realistic, more lifestyle changes rather than goals. Does that make sense? I don't really know. Could I add more water and espresso? Just give me 1 second, actually. We're gonna fix this coffee. I just added a lot of espresso to a little bit of water. Like I said, I don't really measure. Okay, but this should be nice and satisfying. Also, is this not the cutest cup you've ever seen in your life? Maybe that will be better. Okay, she's good now. Anyways, this is not about my coffee making skills. I don't even remember where I was at before I quit. There is a couple things on our to-do list today that actually need to get done. And I am gonna preface this by saying my main idea for this new year is I really just want to get into more little hobbies and crafts. I have always been a crafty girl at heart, okay? I tried really hard to bullet journal back in the day. And that's one of those things where I'm being realistic. I'm not gonna set my goal to bullet journal because I'm not gonna keep up with a planner. I'm probably not gonna keep bullet journaling, but that's the one I really want to strive for. But I also want to go into 2026 with less stuff. Holy moly, my room is in a constant state of stress, which puts me in a constant state of stress. Got way too much stuff. My dresser is overflowing. My closet is overflowing. The door is broke on my closet. That's been stressing me out because it's in the way. I have to babysit for about 3 hours and I need to leave in 30 minutes. Once I get back from that, I'm going to go to TJ Maxx and Hobby Lobby. Maybe just see what I can find. I'll see you guys in a few hours with plan of action. Okay guys, I'm all home now and literally the last thing I want to do is mess with any of this stuff in my room. Let me just give you, I'm not going to film me cleaning my room, I don't think, just because I do that so often, but the main goal here is just to kind of figure out what I can get rid of and what I don't need anymore and to just declutter a bit. I just don't have places for some of my things. That's why I'm saying I have too much stuff. I would like to go through and just see what I can do. I might go through my closet a bit. It is pretty messy and then that would give me a lot of more sort if I went through that. Okay guys, I made a little progress on my room. Well, you wouldn't know it from looking. I've got my whole closet door down and my room is still a mess. I'm not fully unpacked either, but nonetheless, I've got this huge enormous bag of clothes that need to be donated. Ugh, all that came from my closet, my dresser, so that's great. I know I want to get some hangers, for sure. And then I think I also need a new pair of jeans if you've been watching lately. I've been having a whole meltdown every day about not having any pants. I really don't have any jeans though. When I cleaned up my closet, I threw away another pair, so now I'm down to one that actually fits. And then a pair of skinny jeans, but I just don't wear those much anymore. I just kept them just in case I wanted to wear them or something. So I don't know, just some little things here and there. And then like I said, I'm gonna go to Hobby Lobby and get all the other fun things I want to get. Guys, I tried on 7 pairs of pants and I got 1 pair. But do you know what? It was 20 bucks and they were really cute. So I'm counting it as a win for today. But we're about to head into Hobby Lobby. I went by Sonic and got a drink as well. But guys, I've got quite the haul. I feel like I did such a great job at buying what I needed today. I maybe got one thing I didn't necessarily need. Well, need is a strong word. Anyways. Sorry, obviously that's broken. Can't really help that. My closet door is on my bed. Okay, we're gonna start with TJ Maxx. I'm gonna show you guys the jeans that I got because I did come for jeans and I did find a pair of jeans and they were only 20 bucks and I love them. I think they're so cute. They're just these straight leg. They're size 7, which was the perfect fit for me. And they're only 20 bucks. It's Skater Straight BCBG Generation or whatever. They were a little long, which every single pair of jeans I tried on was long. I don't know if I think I have a clip of one of the pair of jeans on me, but it was literally so awful long. And I'm 5'3". I feel like I'm not that short for a girl, but I don't know, whatever. Went to Hobby Lobby, which I was so pumped about as well. And I got scrapbook. This is the one I decided to get. It's just very basic brown. I'm gonna put a little photo in there when I get one that I want to do. But I need to make a Walmart like delivery order with a bunch of photos, but I think I might wait more till the end of the month to really get this going, because then I can like do January or whatever. And I want to do one like every month of the year or something like that, just like my events. I don't know. I think having this would be so nice to be able to have and to keep, and like when I have kids and a family one day, this is like my version of a photo book, you know what I mean? And then I did buy a bullet journal, which I think is the funniest thing ever. Like everybody in my life knows that this is so like me in 2020. In 2020, all I watched was freaking bullet journal tutorials. There's literally a video on my channel of me setting up my bullet journal. I might have actually deleted it. It might be privated. We did minimum damage at Five Below, which only spent 30 bucks, and I got quite a lot of stuff, so I'm not even mad. I bought a lot of stuff for the scrapbooking and bullet journaling. I just knew I could get it there. Like they have the cutest little things. Drunk journal kit, which I thought was so fun, and if I don't end up like loving the structure of a bullet journal, I could always junk journal, which I think is a really cool like little option. And then I got kind of the same thing. It's just a paper pad of a bunch of different, I thought this would be really nice for my scrapbook. I got a pack of fine tip pens, and a brush pen comes in it as well. Bought some glue tape. I figured that would be very nice when I was scrapbooking. And then 2 little packs of markers. I got like pastels and then like a regular acrylic pack. This is probably the thing I needed the least. I got this. So Five Below did this collab with Blooms and Bows or something. It smells amazing. It's vanilla scented, and it smells so much like the EOS Cashmere Vanilla. To me, it does anyways. And I was like, I'm gonna keep this in my bathroom. After I shower and shave and whatnot, I can put on my lotion and then spray my body spray, and it's gonna smell so good. So I was like, that's my plan here. Okay, we are gonna revisit all this stuff in just a little bit, but I've got quite a few things to do before. So it's like New Year's Eve, and we're going to a thing at my church tonight, and my boyfriend's about to come over, and I'm like literally starving. I'll probably see you guys either later tonight or tomorrow. Hey guys, it's the next day. Happy New Year's. It is officially January 1st, 2026, which is kind of crazy. But I wanted to continue this little video into today because I didn't get to do everything I hoped to yesterday, just with it being New Year's Eve. I had some things to do last night. We went to an event in my church. It was really nice. I was very tired after. We got back at like 12:30, so I was pretty sleepy. I'm going to put these little eye masks on. And then we're going to talk about some of our New Year's resolutions, and I'm going to write them down in my little, well, actually, I was been making my bullet journal, but I'm just not sure like how I want to do all the spreads, because it's like kind of a foreign world to me right now. Ooh, these are nice. These aren't my usual little patches. My cat Eloise is in here. She's feeling very vocal today. Very vocal. Come here. I love her. So if you hear her meowing or eating or anything like that, just know this is the culprit. I also did just clean out my entire room. I feel like free, honestly. I took my tree down, which I'm actually so sad about, but I feel like my area over here looks so bare. I'm like, where's my tree? But okay, I thought about like leaving it up, but I'm really trying to channel the more minimalist vibes for 2026, which I know is silly, but like all the clutter in my room has made me feel so stressed out. So I'm like, maybe it'd probably not be a bad thing if I just went ahead and got this out of here. I'm trying to just free up some more space, I guess. I do want to write down some goals and then eventually put those into my bullet journal. I'm gonna take this other notebook and then we'll write them in there, and then I'll transfer them in there when I like get a good layout and all my spreads and whatnot, because I don't want to do it and then rip them out. But guys, I was going through all my old notebooks the other day. My mom found like 20 of the old notebooks I used to have. Like this is literally the person I've always been. But I would rip out all the pages. My first New Year's resolution is to like, I want to stop buying things that are just gonna sit around and clutter my room. I'm gonna say be mindful about my purchases. Less clutter, more timeless. Okay, my next goal, I'm gonna focus more on like my hobbies, I think, and we're gonna go with find creative and consistent hobbies. I've always loved to like draw and color and write. I used to like creative write in my computer all the time when I was like 10. I've always had a very creative mind, I feel like, which is why YouTube is such a good outlet for me, because I can be creative, and I really want to like channel that going into the new year. I also deleted TikTok this morning again for like the 20th time. So our third resolution, I'm just gonna keep it simple, and I'm gonna say less scrolling. I feel like at some point in my life I need to come up with like a actual how I'm gonna achieve this, and I do okay with it. Like my screen time is definitely down more right now than it was last year, like at the beginning of the year or whatever. And so I've made improvements over the course of this year. I just feel like I don't have a set action plan, and that, if you didn't know, that's like why most New Year's resolutions fail so bad. It's because people don't make plans. Okay, the next one is the most classic New Year's resolution. I'm just gonna write down move my body more. I've kind of had to accept the fact that I'm not gonna always love to go to the gym 5 days a week, and the whole point of me making this video was to have a realistic approach to my 2026 New Year's resolutions goals, but still be able to like achieve things. I feel like writing move my body gives me a better look into what I actually might be consistent with, rather than say go to the gym 5 times a week. The next goal kind of goes along with that, and it's gonna be to eat more whole foods. I feel like I've had this goal for a very long time. Not necessarily, like normally I would just write like eat healthy, quit eating fast food, whatever. I'm trying to focus on having more snacks that are like vegetables or fruit, meals that are made with like chicken and veggies and things like that rather than like junk food. So it's not that I want to cut either one out. Obviously I don't want to cut out healthy food, but I want to focus more on like whole foods. The most important like goals I have every single year are my spiritual goals, and like obviously growing in relationship with the Lord. That's something I'm trying hard to achieve every single day, all the time. Not like a New Year's kind of thing. I'm gonna write down prioritize spiritual growth. To me, this can look really like different. I've had to lean on the Lord a lot in this season of like starting college and like not really knowing where my place was in college, you know, and he's just obviously proved to be so faithful time and time again. And so I feel like it's really important that I lean into that as well and like trust in God for all that I could ever worry about. I'm a very anxious gal. I've just really had to learn to trust God in those situations. So I think that pretty much covers my New Year's resolutions. I can't wait to put these in my bullet journal spread. It just makes me feel really motivated and inspired to start this year having a couple of set goals in mind. And if you guys are making New Year's resolutions as well, make sure to put them in the comments. I think I am about to get ready for my day and take my little eye patches off. Me and my friends, I think we might go get some lunch. Guys, I also bought new hangers yesterday. I'm actually so excited about my clothes situation now because they are fitting so much better in my room. I folded them a different way in my dresser as well, so they're like really organized. I don't know, everything just looks pretty nice in my room right now. Okay, not gonna toot my own horn, but I'm just saying. Okay guys, sorry, I know I keep talking. It has been a minute. I made myself an iced coffee and I did a devotional on my phone. Anyways, I wanted to tell you guys I added a couple of goals to my New Year's resolutions list. I've been kind of sitting here thinking if there's anything else I wanted to add, and I totally forgot to make any like YouTube related like content goals. So we're gonna add some of those, and I also have some reading goals I wanted to add. Sorry, the lighting is so odd right now. Also, go make sure to follow my Instagram. I just made a little coffee over on my Instagram like reels. I've been kind of having a lot of fun with that. Anyways, I'm gonna make this quick because I know you're tired of hearing me talk, I'm sure, but it is my YouTube channel and I do talk a lot. So be consistent on YouTube and short form content. That's something I really had to like learn. I haven't been doing like anything short form for my YouTube videos. I've always made like funny little TikToks, but as I've deleted TikTok, I'm trying to focus more on doing short form for YouTube, if that makes sense. So like Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts. I don't know why I've never been doing that before. I just didn't want to post like YouTube Shorts, but like I know it can help my channel grow, and I want to be more creative with like my editing and my ideas, that kind of thing. Like I said, I have so much like creativity in my brain, and I just want to kind of lean into that with my YouTube videos as well. I think I want to set a goal for how many books I want to read in the year. Now keep in mind, I'm like a new reader. I started really reading like this year, like halfway through, and I read probably like 20 books or so. Like it wasn't that many. So I think I'm gonna set a goal to like push myself and do like 50. I want to read 50 books. I think that's attainable, definitely. But if I don't hit it, I'm not gonna be like upset. I just do want to read more. I want to put more than 20, more than 25. That's all I had to say. Okay, see you again in a little bit. Okay guys, we meet again. It has been several hours since I last saw you guys, which I think was when I was having lunch, and it is about 9 o'clock right now. I have been absolutely locked in bullet journaling, and I'm so excited to show you guys. I'm not done with my like yearly setup, and I haven't even started with January. I've had quite a long night, okay? I don't remember if I've showed you guys the beginning anyways, but this is my little, this bullet journal is Ava's bullet journal. So for 2026, I did like a little like movie film kind of thing. I don't know where I got that from. I was trying not to use Pinterest at first, like for everything, I guess. I wasn't trying to use Pinterest for everything because I was like, that's kind of defeating my creativity purpose. This page is not my favorite at all. I definitely don't love it. I don't know, but I do like some of the other ones. This is my year at a glance, which like doesn't really go with the one before. I wasn't being super cohesive. I don't really know. This is I love. It's my bingo and my goals. I've got a color like this stuff. I want to add a lot of color to this page, but I think my goals turn out really well. And then another thing I want to talk about with these is I want to make like little plans of action and like specify more things like within my goals. So I gave them little boxes and whatnot. A little year in review, like all my little trackers or whatever. And this is the only tracker I've made because it takes like 10 years to make one. I was like over it. And I might call it a day for now. I might come back to it a little bit later, but I don't want to go to bed too late. With me having a fresh new year and a bunch of new goals and stuff, I want to implement them into a night routine and a morning routine and kind of curate one that is going to help me get my goals accomplished and whatnot. guys, I think that's gonna be all for this video today. I know I just showed a little bit of my morning and a little bit of my night, and it was nothing crazy, of course, but sometimes waking up 15 minutes early to read my Bible, filling up my water bottle, and just doing little things to get ready are what my more productive mornings are just gonna look like. But I think it's been important to implement little things that I actually can stick to. Like, this is very attainable to me, and as well as my night routine. I got pretty far into my book last night. I thought I was gonna switch up my reading, but I kept reading The Nightingale. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.